Hey everybody, it's Mr. Snake here coming at you with the more Bible talk. Now, today's topic is, why does God let horrible things happen? And oftentimes, this is a really main cause as to why people will stop believing in God, because they see or have horrible things happen to them. It's usually the latter of having horrible things happen to them. And why he lets it happen is a simple reason as to why, because we chose to let it happen. We choose to do them. If I go outside right now and kill someone, actually, no, if you go outside and kill someone, who killed that person? You? Some greater power? Some greater evil? Someone else who's influenced you? Or you? Nobody else chose to kill that man. You still chose to kill him. And if you're being manipulated by someone else, that's still it. You still chose to do it. Very rarely does things that are evil. Things that are evil are oftentimes our choices that we do. If you steal from someone, that you made that choice. You chose to do something that was wrong. Morale exists within us all. If ever we choose to follow that morale or make up our own, that's a different story. But we all know right from wrong. But we can still choose to do wrong. Why? Because doing what's wrong is more fun. Doing things our way, doing things that we want to do them, they're more fun. Say you stole something. The thrill of the heist. A little bit over dramatic, overselling it there, but the thrill of getting away with it is something in on itself. I'm not talking from experience. Well, I'm somewhat talking from experience. I never stole anything, but I know what the feeling of doing something wrong is. And liking it at the minimum. I know that feeling. And people say, how can God let evil be in this world? Because we choose to do those evils. There's no darker power that forces us to do anything wrong. There's no one else who's playing puppet master saying we've done something wrong. We do those wrong on ourselves. Now, going into deeper thought about it, why do we question faith when horrible things happen? Well, from my perspective, I would have to say if I question my faith because something horrible happened to me, because I grew up in a place that didn't have many horrible things happen. The most horrible thing I could say that happened to me personally, on any grounds, would be not having good parents, and that's even a stretch in on itself. And so, people who aren't used to horrible things, they're gonna start questioning when horrible things do happen, because a massive flaw in your belief just occurs. If you don't believe some horrible thing can happen, but those horrible things happen to you, you're gonna start thinking differently. And it's oftentimes only when it happened to you. I could show you a bunch of pictures of people in Africa right now who are part of the genocide over there, and yet people would still believe that there's nothing really wrong going on in this world. People oftentimes choose to ignore wrong things that happen. And when the wrong thing come back to bite them, it kind of really shows them that they are wrong about those things happening. And what else could they be wrong about? Oftentimes when horrible things happen to people and we question God, it's oftentimes out of selfishness too. When you do what is true, when you do what you believe to be right, you aren't always going to be the most likable person. What is popular is not always what is right, and what is right is not always what is popular. What is popular may be wrong. If everyone in the school started doing crack cocaine, that's popular, sure. Everyone's going to be doing it. However, that doesn't make it any less wrong. If everyone else started killing themselves, that doesn't make suicide any less wrong. It just makes it popular. And the easiest example I can probably point out it would be actually Nazi Germany. A lot of people in Nazi Germany did believe that eradication of the Jew was right. It was popular to do that, actually. And note the word I used, believed it was right. In all actuality, when you get down to it, it was wrong. And no matter how many people will say it's wrong, it doesn't change the facts that it's still wrong. And so it's pretty easy to see. So in general, those who stop believing in God because something horrible happened to them, it's oftentimes usually out of selfishness. How can God let this horrible thing happen to me? Well, guess what? It can be worse for you. You could be in one of the countries that have genocide right now. You could be on the losing side of that genocide. You could be in a concentration camp in Nazi Germany. It could always be getting worse. Even for the Jews in the concentration camp, it could be worse for them. There's always worse that can come. And when we start doing this whole self-pity thing, that's when we really stop believing in our own beliefs. We have too much self-pity. Later.